welcome. This is the Modern Geek Podcast, coming at you live. Please subscribe through YouTube or Twitch. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey everybody, and this is the Modern Geek, also known as Van Mario, coming at you with some more Skylander unboxing videos. Specifically, we're going to do some trap unboxings. I said I wasn't really going to do any of these, but something amazing happened today. It's pretty amazing. Possibly something to mark down in history. But I was at my local Toys R Us, and what could you believe I might have found? You may have looked at some of the unboxing videos that we have, and I may have discovered or discussed that I was really looking forward to a particular trap, and it was getting really, really hard to find it. Well, at my local Toys R Us, I found, and wait for it, the Chaos Trap. So, amazingly enough, to my surprise, there was an entire rack of these. I've been trying to hunt them down from Target, Walmart, all of the wonderful folks out there, and I have not found any of them. They have been the most elusive trap, but they had a fresh stock, and I got myself the Chaos Trap. And I figured we'd do an unboxing of this guy. And to all you collectors out there, I did buy two, so there is a sealed one. Mint in box, fresh. Because the collector in me was like, specific trap, need to do that. Since it's the first time we're going to get to play as Mr. Chaos and the very, very successful Skylander franchise. And to give a quick synopsis rundown, as I have in all of these videos, Skylander Trap Team is a game based on the world of Spyro. If any of you are old gamers out there, remember when Spyro had his own games? Well, they made a whole world based on it. And you play as these wonderful Skylanders, defending the realm, defending Skylands, and fighting off villains. And your main villain is Chaos, as he proclaims, is your main antagonist in this wonderful journey. There have been 4 games, and basically every time there is a game, there is a gimmick or mechanic that they introduce. And these are toy-to-life games, so they are in that category where you buy toys, such as this, and you put them on a base, and they come to life in the game, and you get to play as those characters, and update them, and do all that kind of crazy stuff. But the cool thing about Trap Team this time around is the idea is that you're going to trap villains, main villains of Skyland, and they will become allies, and you'll be able to play as them. And I have had I would say, fighting, reaction to the way that they handled that this time around. So, not to get too much into it, but if you know anything about creating toys or designing toys or making toys, the process to design a toy and to make it is very long. So, to allow them to achieve the goal of having many different villains and new additional heroes, they kind of had to come up with an idea that they couldn't necessarily make all of these toys. So there are 30 villains to trap in Trap Team, and I think they introduced another 30 good Skylanders, but both with both in Trap Masters, so bigger, tougher Skylanders with big Traptanium weapons. So these bigger characters and smaller characters to add to the core ones and some other little additions. So because they did all of that, I think they couldn't necessarily design a toy for every villain. Although, of course, I would have loved if they did that, to have villain toys. I am a huge villain fan. I've always been a huge villain fan. The collection of things around me that you may see, and probably all the way in the back you can't see it, but that's a Scar Pop vinyl figure. I am a big villain collector. A lot of my collection is villains. I love artwork of villains. I love all that kind of stuff. So I would have loved villain figures. So that is why I was so excited when I got the Chaos Trap, because it is a sculpt of a villain, the biggest villain in the game, that kind of made everything happen and released all the other villains. And then we're going to do some unboxings of a couple of other newer traps. So these are kind of the standard traps. Chaos is his own element, or his own thing. But there are elements in Skylands. So if you are anyone who has ever played many of the collectible card games that are out there, or are a huge Wizard fan, you have probably gotten the idea that magic comes from elements, or materials. And in the world of Skylands, they come from elemental elements. So earth, wind, fire, and water. And yes, I did do that in the Captain Planet order. There is no heart in the world of Skylands, although everyone, I'm sure, loves each other. We'll leave that one out. But yes, so air, fire, earth, magic. So magic is its own element, even though the other elements are magical. Undead. So they have a couple more than the Captain Planet ones. And then tech Skylanders and tech elements. So in the world of this game, Traptanium falls to our planet, like everything else has fallen to our planet. The characters, everything that you as a portal master with magic can unlock all of these secrets and make everything come to life. And we use these Traptanium traps to trap our villains of the appropriate element. And you literally load a villain onto this trap. And you play as him, and you can switch it out in the game. So these are some of the more rarer traps that have come out. So with Wave 1, they kind of had some base traps. And these are some of the more expanded traps. So we're going to unbox them. All right, we're going to do the basic traps, and then we will just be in the glory of chaos. Glory of chaos. All right, cool. So I'm going to do the Undead trap first. Okay. And there's not much to them. So, you know, normally when I did the Skylander unboxings, the figures, you know, they came with a game card, they came with a bunch of stuff. So this is the Undead trap. And they all have names. And I just didn't do that justice. Let me just show the back of the box. So you can see, as I was talking about, you basically put the trap on... Let me see if I can focus this. You put the trap on your Traptanium portal. There's a slot on the portal now to put it. And the villain gets trapped. And then you get to play as the villain. And these are the different elements. So again, to reiterate, fire, water, tech, magic, life, earth, air, and undead are your elements for Skylands. And so this is one of the more rare ones. It looks kind of like a robotic hand with an eye in it. And you'll see the Undead logo. Pretty cool. Yeah, so it looks like a hand with an eye in it. I want to say this is called the Undead hand, which is kind of cool. But I do like that so there are 30 specific traps. So technically you could buy the same trap of every element and just trap the villain. Being prepared for television. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to use a cross-section of the poster. But these guys are the Doom Raiders, so they're the kind of bigger villains. And then you'll notice, not to go too crazy, but we have some of these lesser villains also. And all of them have different elements. We have some question mark villains as well. So you can put them on there. But yeah, there are 30 specific ones, and you can collect them. So there's a collection for traps in the game. So, Undead trap. And I do actually have a villain lined up for this. And it is eventually good to get separate traps for each element, because you can evolve and do missions with the villains to make them different and be more powerful and to have more trinkets and things like that. And there is some consequence if you load a villain onto a trap and then you take them off, you will lose the progress that you have in that villain. I actually had that problem with an exclusive villain, I think, and I kind of screwed it up and put the wrong villain on there, and now I don't think I can get the exclusive villain back unless I buy another exclusive trap, which is annoying. Because Target had an exclusive trap with Outlaw Brawl and Chain, And I believe that's actually a specific villain Skylander. It's actually not a villain you can capture in the game. So you kind of don't want to put anyone else on that trap. And I made the mistake of doing that. But we'll see. I'm going to play the game and see if there's any way to rectify that, or if there are multiple missions. So far, I've only found one mission per character. All right, and here is our water trap. This would be my third water trap that I've gotten. In the beginning of the game, you capture a lot of water-based villains. So you kind of need a lot of these if you want to keep them. And then similar back. And should have pointed out before, but obviously the traps will only work with Skylanders Trap Team. They will not work with any other Skylander game. Alrighty. So here's our air trap. I keep saying water trap because it has wings on it, which is why. So pretty cool. Again, you'll notice, and I think this is true for every element. I think there's like one rare trap, and then they all have repeat designs, but in different elements. So again, that's our Undead Ham with an Eye, and our Valkyrie winged water trap. And like I said, they have specific names. I apologize that I don't know their names. The little box you get to keep them in only really focuses on the villains that you're going to put on them. So what villain is actually on them, so you keep track of which trap has what villain on it. And if you want to, you can literally just buy one trap of every element to at least capture all of the villains in the game. So you don't have to go back and capture a villain. And get them all into the villain vault. So your portal this time around has this vault on it, which actually they taunt you and talk to you through this as you put them in the base. But in the game, there's a real vault. So if you fail to trap a villain by putting a trap on there, they go to the vault anyway. And then you could always load them later if they are trapped. But for some villains, if you don't trap them with a trap, you actually have to go back to the level and redo it. All right. Just to collect myself. So great presents coming. So this is the moment I was waiting for. Chaos? So the Chaos trap we will be unboxing. And just to give you a little peek, so unlike our last trap, they kind of had Chumpy Mage, which is the general graphic they use. But you'll notice for the Chaos trap, they specifically put Chaos on the... what will happen when you put this trap on, and then you will trap Chaos, and then you will be able to play as him. And it still shows us all of the, other elements and all of that stuff. So without further ado, let us bring on Chaos. That trap. Like I said, for every collector in the room, I just want you to know that I have a trap in a box somewhere. So I'm not crazy. Okay, oh, this is really cool. So, unlike our other traps, you'll notice he is all black. So he is, I believe, the only trap that is all black in color. He has the Chaos logo, or what we're using for Chaos. And you'll see what I love about this trap and why I wanted it so bad is it's sculpted to look like Chaos himself. It is the only trap so far that is sculpted to look like a villain. Now, I have some theories on that, which is, obviously, he's the biggest villain in the game, so it's appropriate that he would get his own Chaos. He would get his own likeness in this trap. My other theory is that slowly and steadily, they will release traps with the sculpt of the villain on the head. I don't know if they will do that, but I feel like they might. Maybe at least for the Doom Raiders, because all of them are pretty important characters. But pretty awesome. And who knows, maybe next Skylanders game, the Doom Raiders, and maybe Chaos will become real figures in the game. We won't have to use little traps to play as them. But it's definitely interesting to see what that X Skylanders is. But yes, for our boxing, so again, our Undead trap, our water trap, and Koas. I love the big cape. I love that he has this like giant cape. It's so cool. It's so like Count Dracula or Invader Zim, who of course he was the voice of. So the voice actor that does Koas also did Invader Zim. And if you knew a small game a while ago, Destroy All Humans, he was the alien that accidentally came to our world in the 50s during the Roswell crash. So very, very cool. All right, guys, I sign off to you. Koas is here with me. Please, please, please subscribe, or never know what Koas will do. You can subscribe through YouTube and Twitch under Vant Mario. Please subscribe to both our channel and as well as our Twitch live streams, and let us know what you think. You know, what's been your journey to get a Koas trap? Have you gotten one yet? Or have you been waiting like I have forever and been checking stock levels and going crazy? What villain are you looking most forward to playing as? I know Koas, obviously, I was a huge fan and looking for. I've been loving Pepperjack and Chompy Mage. Chompy Mage has been awesome. In general, I love all the villains, but those have been standouts. And I just got Dreamcatcher. Pretty cool, too. But, you know, tell me what your favorite is. What are you loving about Skylanders? What do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more unboxings of traps? Do you want to see more unboxing of Trap Masters, which we did some? We got some minis. We got gameplay of all of them. Let us know what you think. Hopefully we'll have some other unboxing videos coming up. Definitely this week, to switch gears for a little of the competitor. We'll have some Disney Infinity unboxing. Absolutely. With some of those figures. So definitely check us out. And please subscribe. And please, please, please leave comments. And let us know what you like so we can keep doing these things. All right, guys. Take care and thanks for watching.